It says, this policy began shortly after September 11, 2001, when several portions of remains from the Pentagon attack and the Shanksville, Pennsylvania crash site could not be tested or identified.
Right.
These cremated portions were then placed in sealed containers that were provided to a biomedical waste disposal contractor. Contractor then transported these containers and incinerated them. Then it said the residual material was disposed of in a landfill. Is that referring specifically to September 11 victims? And do you know how extensive this was?
No, I don't know how extensive it was, and it was only those victims that went through the port mortuary.
And how many of those were there, do you know?
No, I don't know.
And is there a way to find out?
I don't know that there's a way to find out. What you need to understand, the reason that we put that comment in there is that there is a starting point for understanding how this happened. In other words, while I understand how sensational the notion is, there was a point where people considered going to the crematorium, and in some states it's law, that that is the final disposition of the fallen. And so that it goes from what many have considered the final disposition, which we don't agree with, by the way. We think the final disposition needs to be the final resting place. And we believe that in 9/11 you can trace back the origins for why what happened happened. We only have records that really go back. The Air Force only has records that we know of that only go back. This is anecdotal evidence that was told to us by the people that we interviewed.